It has been 10 years since I got my first platinum trophy. So figured now would be a good time. Just kind of go over the profile, go over some trophies, all the platinums I've earned. All the trophies will be here forever. But yeah, I figured we go over all the platinums I've earned ever since I got my first one 10 years ago. Kind of just go back to the beginning of the profile. This video's gonna be a little different. Not gonna be narrated. I didn't really feel like that would be as fun. This is also the first time you've seen my face, so rare face appearance for me. But yeah, I just figured we would go through the I almost said channel, go through the profile and just take a look. So yeah, as you can see, total of 7,623 trophies. 5,763 bronze, 1,407 silver, 368 gold, and of course 85 platinum trophies. I know there are like certain milestones that people on YouTube really go for when they show their like trophies and stuff. I mean, I figure it's been 10 years since I got the platinum, so that's good enough reason why. So yeah, we gotta go way down because I play a lot of games, so we're gonna be scrolling for a minute.
12 seconds later.
All right, we have reached the bottom with the very first game I got trophies for, which was Call of Duty World at War. As you can see, very first trophy unlocked February 17th, 2009. This is when I would begin my trophy, no, I wouldn't even say trophy hunting, just I guess trophy journey in general. I was 8 when I got this, so of course trophies were never like the thing I was going after. I was just playing games, and I think this was just a game my dad got when I first got my PS3. He had a 360 at the time, so I guess he just wanted to try it out on PS3 or something. But I mean, yeah, if a game was in the house, I was going to play it, and this was a game I played. First trophy on the 17th. I got 2 more the following day. Never touched it again. I would like to play it one day though. I was thinking like a while ago, getting all the platinums for Call of Duty games. So maybe I'll touch this again one day. But yeah, just early days on PS3. Just a bunch of licensed games because that was just an easy way to. That was the easy thing. Licensed stuff. Got stuff for the Vita too. Man, I miss the Vita. Miss it so much. So yeah, just a lot of licensed games. Nothing really to write home about there. This was one game, Amazing Spider-Man 2. One game I could have definitely platinumed this back in the day. I only need like 13 more trophies. I just played a lot of this back in 2014 because I just didn't have much to play on the PS4 at the time. But keep going down to later that year, my first platinum, The Walking Dead. I earned December 30th at 10:26 p.m. in 2014, of course. Yeah, this is just, I would imagine this could easily be a lot of people's first platinums because as you can see, like a Telltale game in general, at least most of them, because as you can see, you're just playing the story, like complete chapter so-and-so of episode that, right? So yeah, I remember getting this on Christmas Eve 2014, playing it. I finished that first episode that first night, and then just kind of taking it one episode a day for the most part at least. And then yeah, just December 30th, I ended up getting the platinum. Very first platinum. I want to say it put trophies on my radar, but I was still not like hunting for them yet because as you can see, yeah, a lot of them, like if we go back to Wolfenstein, or not Wolfenstein, The Wolf Among Us, this was another game I could have gotten the platinum for, but this one does something a little different. Like you have to complete book entries or something. Yeah, I only have 2 more until I get the platinum. So I would like to get to that soon. I don't know when, but I would like to complete that. And then Walking Dead Season 2 is a little weird too as well, because this one, I think just because the way it came out, maybe, it's not like one complete list like the first season was. It's like split into DLC, I guess. So there's no platinum, which is different, weird. But at the time, I didn't really worry about it because again, I wasn't really looking at the trophies at the time. And so it'd be a really long time before I would get another platinum. Because again, trophies were not the thing I was interested in at the time. It wouldn't be. Oh wait, I think it's past one. Yep, 2017. Sorry, when I'll get my next one. And of course, it's another Telltale Walking Dead game. Just really love these games. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Just play through the episodes, complete the chapters. This was an okay season. I enjoyed it at the time, but yeah, just again, I think I pretty much did it mostly one episode a day. I do remember that it was like summer break. I think it was my sophomore year going into junior year. So yeah, another platinum. It'll be 3 years later, and then I don't think it was no, it wasn't. I don't think it was, but yeah, the next platinum I would get was Battlefront. At the time, a very controversial entry. Looking back on it though, I had a fun time with it. I remember in the beginning though, it wouldn't let me play. I think it was Walker Assault. I think that was the big mode at the time. It wouldn't let me play it for some reason, so I didn't really play much at the time. I mean, I played what I could. Kind of just sporadically earning trophies. And again, this was kind of just one of those games where I just again, trophies were not the thing I was going for. Just playing, I was getting this stuff randomly. So yeah, I remember probably sometime after the 1st of December that year, I traded it in, but then I got it again like a few months later when it was really cheap or something. And then yeah, like that following summer when they started releasing DLC, I was really getting into it a lot. So like, I remember it was the best pin DLC that really got me into it. I played a ton of that, and then they released the Death Star DLC sometime after that. And then I think 2017, yeah, I mean, I don't think I had much left at that point. It was 2017. I just wanted to platinum it because I enjoyed the first Battlefront that much, right? And so yeah, just at the time it was a little difficult because there wasn't a lot of people playing some of the modes, like I think with Drop Zone. I don't think a lot of people were playing that at the time. So it was kind of hard getting people to play those modes. I remember sitting in the lobby for a while, but yeah, come August 27th, I would get the platinum for Battlefront. One of my prouder platinums, as you can see, it's very rare. 0.1% of players earned it. And yeah, this is definitely one of my prouder platinums. Again, I really just wanted to do it. So yeah, again, DLC for this game. It should have been in the game to begin with, but Bespin and Death Star, really fun DLCs. And then yeah, it would be a minute. Hold on. Actually, no, it wouldn't. I will get my next one with another Telltale game. I love Telltale games. So what can I say? And Guardians of the Galaxy, I feel like one of the, I don't know. It's an enjoyable Telltale game. I was gonna say like a slept on Telltale game, but I don't know. I think at the time, it was kind of going for that MCU art style a little bit, which is something I don't really like with superhero games mostly, unless it's a tie-in game, obviously. But yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really remember much of what happened. But yeah, at the time it was enjoyable. It was a fun romp. Telltale's Marvel take, I guess. So yeah. What was this, junior year? Yeah, junior year I wasn't really gaming that much. Junior year of high school was stressful, man. But of course, another Telltale game would follow, Batman. I got this for free. I know that. It was a PlayStation Plus game one time. I'm guessing in 2017, maybe 2018. I can't remember. But it was fun. I do remember this one a little bit more. I did like a Telltale take on the Batman universe and stuff, which was really cool. I did like this one a lot. And March 31st, I don't think it was spring break yet. But yeah, that was fun. Let's see. Titanfall 2. Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. So Titanfall 2. So first of all, Titanfall, quintessential multiplayer game for me during my teenage years. That first Titanfall, I poured so many hours on my dad's Xbox. Like, whenever no one was around, I would just always boot up Titanfall. And it sucked that it was just Xbox exclusive, because I'm like, if I had this on PS4, dude, I would have like gone crazy. I just would have, I wouldn't be playing anything else. I'd be playing Titanfall. So whenever they announced Titanfall 2 and it was coming to all consoles, I was super excited. Pre-ordered it, picked it up, pretty sure it was October 28th when it came out. I played like the whole weekend. I think I ranked up. It was that weekend. I wonder if there's a trophy for that. I don't think so, but yeah, there's no multiplayer trophies in this as far as I know. Yeah, oh, there's one, just won a multiplayer match. There's a few actually. But yeah, most of this is single player, which is actually kind of surprising for a game that's primarily focused on multiplayer. I mean, don't get me wrong, the campaign in this is phenomenal. Like, one of the best first-person campaigns I probably played ever, to be honest. But yeah, most of these are single player trophies. This was a pain, bro. I remember I spent like, I got to at 2:32 in the morning. I spent at least a good 2 hours trying to get this. It was a pain, dude. This was hard to get. But pretty much everything else from here was straightforward. And yeah, this again just a really, if you have not played Titanfall 2, I highly recommend it. Really, pretty easy platinum, to be honest. I think the only thing you have to do is complete the campaign on like the hardest difficulty, which from what I remember isn't too bad. But yeah, just play those really simple multiplayer trophies. You know, yeah. Love Titanfall 2. Really, really fun platinum. And the next one, I think I got one, yeah, Shadow of War. Got this in 2018 as well. I remember I got this as a birthday present in 2017. I'm pretty sure I played a bit of it at the time. Yeah, so I played it sporadically throughout 2017. I think I got the PS4 Pro around this time too. So yeah, I was playing a bit of this sporadically until 2018. I remember senior year of high school, we were out for like a few days because of weather or something. And so that was like the prime time to just knock out most of the, I don't even know what got into me to play Shadow of War at that time. But yeah, I just like pretty much in 3 days, 3 days, I got majority of this trophy list done. And yeah, I love Shadow of War. Shadow of War is really, really good. I love Shadow of War. Still don't have that platinum for Shadow of Mordor. I got it on Xbox, well, the gamer score, 1000 gamer score. But yeah, still haven't gotten the platinum yet for Mordor. But Shadow of War, major step up over Shadow of Mordor. I need to play the DLC at some point. I know it's been like 7 years, but yeah, I need to play the DLC. Another Telltale platinum, Tales from the Borderlands. A lot of people say this is like the best Telltale game. It's been so long since I played it, so I can't really like remember. Like I'd have to play it again to really like tell if it was good. Like, it was a good game. Like I'm not gonna doubt that, but so I'm biased, which is probably why I say that. I'm biased towards like the Wolf Among Us and the Walking Dead games, obviously. So yeah, I just need to play this again. Probably one of the better Borderlands games, I will say that. I don't remember it that well. It's been so long. So that was 2018. Hey, Days Gone. Days Gone is I would say it's a good game. Yeah, I feel like it was bashed a lot when it came out, like reviews and stuff. I think IGN gave it like a 6 or something. And so I remember, it's funny, this was the weekend Endgame came out. This doesn't relate, but I saw Endgame on a Saturday, and then I picked this up the next day, and I had a lot of fun with Days Gone. A lot more fun than I thought I was going to. Like, first of all, Sam Witwer's the GOAT, so anything he's in, I'm gonna play regardless. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's like a fun checklisty game. It's a long game. I remember it took me probably like 50 hours to finish the story. But yeah, it's just a fun checklisty game. You know, just doing stuff around the open world, completing the missions, completing the story. The hordes in that game, that was like a really fun thing to do. Like just taking out hordes of, I don't remember what they call them, freakers, I think is what it's called. Taking out hordes of freakers was a really fun gameplay mechanic. I mean, yeah, dude, like just collectibles were the last thing I did, of course. But yeah, dude, I just really love Days Gone. I wish it would get like a. I know like we're in the age of remasters and stuff, but it really would be fun to get a remaster of this game, platinum it again for the channel, maybe. If we get sequel, I don't know how many people are like wanting a Days Gone sequel, but if they made one, I really would not complain. It's a unique game from PlayStation, I think, following like The Last of Us and all that. And then of course we get the big one, Spider-Man. I mean, wait, yeah, okay, so I got this in 2018. I got this before Days Gone, but I'm pretty sure because of the DLC, yeah, it pushed it up. But yeah, how long did it take me to do this? I'm pretty sure it took me like actually, it took me a month. But yeah, I mean, Spider-Man, dude, like there's nothing really I can say about Spider-Man that people have not already said already. Probably one of the best superhero games to come out in the last few years. You know, following the Batman games, of course. But they're just Insomniac, like they straight up cooked with the first Spider-Man game. I mean, open world stuff, fantastic. The story in that one, really, really good. Just everything about Spider-Man is just. I can't really gush any more about it than most people have. It's a fun game in general. Superhero game or not, it's just a fun game. Like Insomniac, like putting the Insomniac spin on Spider-Man, just like fantastic, dude. I remember my dad at the time. My dad's an Xbox guy, right? So at the time, you know, I was playing this, having a blast with it. So he would be seeing stuff on social media, and I remember he was like, "I just want to burn my Xbox," seeing all this Spider-Man stuff. It's just like, okay, PlayStation. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like 2018, like just in general, like just gaming was cooking, dude. And so yeah, just playing a bunch of stuff. Battlefront 2. This one was another one. So I remember being so disappointed by Battlefront 2 at the time, right? I was like, just something. So I was a bit skeptical in like those days leading up to it, because I remember I played the beta and I enjoyed it, right? But that's when people started to realize the whatchamacallit, the pay to win stuff with like the loot boxes and everything, and like EA had put something out on Reddit, which became the most downvoted thing in Reddit history. And yeah, I was seeing all that and I was a little skeptical, but the night before it came out, I literally pre-ordered the PS4 Pro bundle. Yeah, dude, that's how excited I bought a whole new console just to play this. And I was a little burnt on it at the time, you know? So this was another game, going off of my Battlefront Platinum, that I really wanted to platinum as well. It's hard to platinum multiplayer games just because you kind of have to change up the playstyle just to get some of these trophies. Luckily, a good majority of them are story based. So, I mean, I say majority, probably like 15 of them are story based, if I have to go off my head. But, and yeah, the rest of them are just kind of random multiplayer. This one was the one that turned me off at the time. So I'm pretty sure they patched this, because I can't remember what the original description was. Let me see if I can look on PSN profiles. Initially, this trophy required you needed to kill 50 marked enemies while you were marked yourself in Heroes versus Villain mode. And so, yeah, that sucked. That was terrible. I hated that. I remember I only had, I think, probably only like a handful of kills before I really just kind of dropped that trophy. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. That trophy alone was like the reason I was like, I'm not doing this. But yeah, I think they eventually patched it so I dropped it. Yeah, so I dropped this game. I think I traded this in for Detroit Become Human, which was in 2018, like May of 2018. And I picked it up again in December. I think that's when they started to add more sequel stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure. Actually, this wasn't that time yet, but yeah, they would just start adding more. No, it was when they started adding more prequel content, actually, because I'm pretty sure they were announcing like the Gnosis, and this is just when they started to fix the game. So yeah, this is when I picked it back up around 2019, and yeah, I really got into it then. Once I saw they patched this trophy, I went for it right away, and just again playing a lot of multiplayer. Um, so I don't think I prefer the moment-to-moment gameplay more of the first Battlefront, but I do like all the content and everything that they added into this. It was like made it so much better. Like if they had just added the gameplay of the first Battlefront into this, I would have been like dominating this game for way longer, right? And so yeah, the longest trophy, the thing that really took me the longest was reaching rank 50, which surprisingly took a long time. Like, you don't get a lot of XP in a normal match. So I had to wait for like the triple XP weekends when I would see a significant boost in my rank. And I think it was one of them when I ended up getting this finally. And then that's how I got the platinum. And yeah, another proud platinum of mine. I love Star Wars. I really like the recent Battlefront games a lot. And so, yeah, just really proud of these two platinums in particular. This one was at 2019. Another Star Wars game should be here. Fallen Order, right here. Dude, Fallen Order was a complete surprise for me. I don't know why. I had pretty good hopes for it. I loved Respawn. I think they were the ones who made the Titanfall games, so I had pretty good faith. I mean, I shouldn't even say I was skeptical because they did a great job with the Titanfall 2 campaign. And so yeah, I kind of had a feeling I was gonna platinum Fallen Order. I mean, yeah, it's just Fallen Order is just such a good game. It really was a surprise, dude. I'm not even lying. Like, when I look at what all I played that came out in 2019, this is definitely up there. I think the difficulty threw me off because I wasn't really expecting a Souls game, or a Souls-like, I should say. But dude, Fallen Order, such a good game. I remember this is one of the few games at the time when I did play on like I didn't play on the hardest difficulty, but I played it on a hard mode. I don't know why. I guess I just wanted something a little different. And so yeah, I just played on hard. I didn't have to because there's no difficulty trophy in this game, but I just decided to. This one, I do remember, this one was bugged, for me at least, for a long time. Or I shouldn't say a long time. It was probably a few days, right? It was bugged, so I kind of had to wait for a patch to come out. I did that. This is one of the last few ones I did. Unlock all the skills, scan all enemies, and then grow a terrarium. It's literally the last trophy I need because I couldn't find all the plants. And then once I did, I had to wait for them to grow. And so yeah, that was the last trophy I got before getting the platinum. But yeah, Fallen Order was such a good game. A really fantastic story. Fun to explore, except for what, Zepho and Kashyyyk. Well, Zepho really. Zepho's the pain to get through. But yeah, Fallen Order, really good one. Really, I could just gush about that all day if I could. That was 2018, I think, and then, let's see, I just want to look around real quick. Okay, so yeah, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Again, I just love Star Wars, alright? Not really, I just love Star Wars, alright? And so I remember this one, I wasn't into Lego games as much at the time when this came out. I think the last Lego game I played before this was Lego Marvel Superheroes, which was in 2013. And so after that, I don't know what got into me. I just wasn't really into Lego games at the time. I think, because I don't remember, like, I guess it was just a bunch of Lego games I wasn't really into, like IPs and stuff. Like I think the Lego movie I might have played, Lego Jurassic World I might have played, but I just never got into it. But once Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens came out, I pre-ordered that super fast. I mean, I was hyped for the prequel, or hyped for the sequel trilogy at the time. You know, back when, you know, it was just The Force Awakens. Everyone seemed happy about Star Wars. And so, yeah, it was kind of odd thinking about it, how there was just one Lego game, or yeah, one game, like Lego game based off of one movie. But, I mean, dude, again, Star Wars, anything Star Wars for the most part, you can get me. And so, yeah, I remember I finished this in about 2 days, 3 days. I mean, it's just one movie, right? So it doesn't take too, I think it was 15 levels, right? Never mind, bro. It took me like 2 days to get. But yeah, just a typical Lego game, you know, finish the campaign, go back, play in free play, get more character, all the collectibles, all that jazz. a few miscellaneous trophies that are fun, poke fun at really just Star Wars in general, which is always fun to do. Yeah, Lego Force Awakens is fun. Fun game. A weird one, but it's a fun one. And so yeah, I remember I started like what was the time frame again? I'm sorry, 2016. And this is another game that was on my backlog that I saw I had trophies for and could platinum easily. And I did it in 2018, so a few years after that. Again, I don't know why these are out of order. Why did I get these in 2020? I don't remember. I do not remember. I might have bought a season pass. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, that's another 2018 game I platinumed. Or game I platinumed in 2018, sorry. And then this one is just, Ghost of Tsushima is just an essential platinum if you're a PlayStation player. I'm pretty, like every creator I've come across that does platinum videos, this is in their trophy list. And there's no surprise. Ghost of Tsushima is one of the best games to come out in 2020. It was a bit slow for me in the beginning. I remember it took me a while to get into, but kind of once I really got into it though, I just could not stop playing it. I mean, it took me a while to get the platinum. I don't think I got it until November, right? But I mean, yeah, dude, there's nothing more, there's not much more I can say that's about Ghost of Tsushima. It's just a fantastic video game with a fantastic trophy list. Like nothing really feels out of place. You know, nothing's there to drag the playtime. You're just kind of just doing everything you can. You're implored to do everything in the game, which is always a fantastic trophy list to my eyes. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, amazing game, an essential platinum for anyone out there. And of course, we get to the big boy, Last of Us Part 2. I'm probably gonna rub some people the wrong way. My favorite game of all time. I love Last of Us, the series in general. I bought I think it was the collector's edition, which was probably like $250. I got the statue, I got I think deluxe edition, got steelbook case, I got a lot of stuff, right? But yeah, there is nothing. I don't have any words to show how hyped I was for The Last of Us Part 2. It came out at a weird time, of course, because this was in the middle of COVID, right? So it was weird playing a game about like, just, you know, if you play, you know what it is. But yeah, it was just kind of weird playing that game during that time. But I blasted through this game so fast. I played on the 19th and I finished the story on the 24th. So I finished it in 5 days. And so then I picked it back up. I don't know why I played in the middle of July. That was kind of weird. I don't know what I was doing then. But yeah, I picked it back up in like November. It was like towards the end of as we were getting into Christmas break. I think this was my sophomore year of college when I finished this up. But yeah, it was just a few things, like just a few random trophies, and of course getting all the collectibles. And yeah, the trophy lists for these games, they're easy, but nothing really to make a video about, you know, just really simple, just kind of pick the story. I don't think there's a lot of story related trophies here, to be honest. I think, yeah, just complete the story. That's literally it. Everything else is kind of what I would say miscellaneous trophies and then just collectible trophies. So yeah, nothing really, like just trophy wise, it wouldn't be fun making a video for this, at least in my opinion, unless it's like a challenge or something. But yeah, dude, Last of Us 2 is just my favorite game of all time. So I knew I had to platinum this. Luckily, it was an easy platinum, unlike the first Last of Us. I still don't have the platinum for that. At least like the remastered one. I don't know if I ever will, to be honest. But yeah, I would like to come back one day and do a grounded permadeath run. I feel like that would be fun. But yeah, Last of Us Part 2, just amazing game. Can't say anything else about it. Concrete Genie. So actually, before we get to Concrete Genie, if there was a game that had a platinum, it would be this. I played so much Apex Legends. I played so much of this game. Came out in 2019. And again, this was just kind of one of those games. Even when I was kind of getting into trophy hunting, I wasn't going for the trophies specifically in Apex Legends. It just happened to come to me. You know, just kind of doing Like I would play as different characters, reach level 50. I was like, especially during like the heart of COVID, bro, there was no stopping me. I was just like, I was a sweat at the time, dude. It was, you do not want to play with me. But yeah, just I mean, again, one of those multiplayer games where I just kind of just did everything as it came to me. So yeah, this was a multiplayer game that had a platinum. Yeah, I definitely would have gotten this just without even trying, to be honest. But then we get to like a weird spot for me. So this was like end of 2020. That's when I played Cyberpunk. I played it on my PC, which is why there's no like trophy like list here. So I played it on my PC. I remember after I played it, I just wanted to switch things up and play some smaller games at the time, just to give myself a break from the big AAA games. And so yeah, just a bunch of random like Transistor, Journey, Tearaway, my favorite out of all of them, What Remains of Edith Finch. And that's when I came across Concrete Genie. I'm pretty sure I bought this just on sale randomly, but I never got around to it until I started playing these games. And yeah, this is a really, really cool game. Really just, it's very artsy. You know, you're just it kind of reminds me of Little Big Planet a little bit. You're just getting like these companions and stuff, like I guess genies, and you can just kind of place them around the world to just complete puzzles and everything. Really unique game. Really easy platinum. Like if you're someone who really wants an easy platinum, I would definitely recommend this. Really fun game, really easy game to get through. Really cool story. Just fun vibes. Really fun vibes overall in 2021. Control, I actually got this in 2019, but I played the DLC at the time, so that's why it bumped up here. But yeah, Control, this was like just a one of those random games I picked up, not really expecting much in 2019. Ended up having a really fun time. This was like this wasn't the first Remedy game I played, but this was the first one I kind of really got into and ended up finishing all the way. And so I remember just like picking up randomly one day and not really thinking much of it. Just it was something that was on my radar, and I played it and I had like a really fun time with it. It's Remedy, so at the time the story didn't really make much sense to me personally at the time, but it was just kind of fun just going through playing the story, and it just ended up I had probably majority of the trophy list done. So I'm just like, why not finish everything else up? Why not get the platinum? And I did that on the 2nd. So this was another one that took me 6 days. Yeah, I think I do remember. I finished this in like a week. Yeah, it was just a surprisingly easy platinum at the time. And I'm considering playing it again on the channel. I bought it again. It was the PS5 version, which I think comes with its own trophy list. I don't know if you can auto pop those, but I'm not doing that. I really want to play those again. And so, yes, so going into February of that year, I kind of hit a slump. Where's Infamous 2? Why is it not here? But yeah, I hit a bit of a slump. Just a weird time for me in general. It was funny. So I was just like, I just was doing school. I wasn't working or anything. So yeah, just a weird time for me. So I kind of wanted to go back to something a bit nostalgic. And I love the Infamous games. As you can tell, like my profile, I don't know if it'll show it here now. My profile has Cool McGrath. I've loved Infamous ever since I was a kid. I remember getting it. It was back when the PlayStation Network went down for like 3 weeks. And this was one of the free games that they gave out. I played a demo of this a lot actually when I was a kid. But yeah, this was a demo they dropped it for free. And I picked it up because this was one of the only games I was familiar with. And so yeah, I started this in 2011. And I'm pretty sure I just played sporadically. Yeah, like going into 2012. Again, just story. If you played Infamous, you know, you usually have to play them twice. One, either just however you decide to do it, good karma, bad karma. And so yeah, going into 2012, let's see, that was the last trophy I got, beating the game as a hero. And then I didn't pick this up again until 2021. It was going into Valentine's Day, Not that it has any significance. And so yeah, just cleaning up pretty much, just kind of getting all the collectibles, so dead drops, shards to level up, some miscellaneous things. But yeah, I mean, I played it again like over, I finished it again in probably, yeah, like 3 days, something, actually not 3 days, 6 days. Yeah, like purchasing all the karma. Yeah, just Infamous is probably one of my favorite PlayStation franchises. The first one to me is probably, I don't know, I go back and forth on random days. Like one day Infamous 1 is my favorite, another day it's Infamous 2. I just go back and forth, but yeah, Infamous 1 is an amazing game from a interesting time in PlayStation history. I really, this is like the one game, I know again, we're in like the age of remasters and stuff, but if there's one game that I wish PlayStation would decide should get a remaster treatment, it would be Infamous. Infamous 1 and 2. These games are just so good, and more people need to experience them on PS5 and whatever. Infamous 2 should be here somewhere. I don't know where. I don't want to go searching for it right now, but I did platinum Infamous 2. I just don't know why it's not showing up. But then we get to Infamous Second Son. Not my favorite, but a really fun game as well. I mean, again, at the time, this is back in 2014, I was a huge fan of the Infamous franchise. I remember seeing the trailer before they announced, like when they were announcing the PS4 and stuff, I'm like, we're getting a new Infamous game. I remember that was like probably one of the first games I ever remember getting excited for. And so yeah, come March 21st, 2014, I would pick it up, or my dad would. Thank you, Dad. And of course, I finished the my first playthrough on Evil Karma over like a weekend. I was just playing pretty much all weekend. And so yeah, I remember finishing the first playthrough and then immediately starting the second playthrough after that. When did I finished it in April, so probably like a couple weeks after that, and didn't touch it again until 2021. Again, just I was in that Infamous phase, trying to platinum the whole series. This is, I think, the first series I ever completely platinumed, right? And so yeah, just coming back, I did the same thing, played on Evil Karma and Good Karma, because I'm pretty sure there were trophies tied to both of those routes. So yeah, I just did that over the course of a few days, and one of the few platinums I remember where when you get the platinum, Delson has he says something, and I just thought that was so cool. I'm gonna play it real quick.
You know what, buddy? You and I have been through a lot. But I gotta tell you, officially, we're done.
Yeah, just so cool. I wish more games did something like that. And so yeah, we went straight from Infamous Second Son to Infamous First Light. Again, this was new to me at the time. I wasn't an expansion person in 2014, but again, Infamous, loved it, so I just figured, why not? I liked Fetch. I liked her character a lot too, so I thought it'd be cool to play as her. And I mean, yeah, again, I played only a few. Yeah, I just completed the story in 2014. It took me, 2 days. Yeah, dude, I was blasting through games when I was younger, man. It's crazy. But yeah, again, just kind of just going back into it. I just had some miscellaneous things. Majority of what I had to do was miscellaneous stuff. And there's like a arcade thing in here that was really fun. I really liked the side mode they had in here. It was just it's a fun addition. It was different. It was fun. But yeah, that was the last, when did I get this? Again, I'm sorry. The 18th of March. That will be the end of my Infamous run. Really fun, really interesting time, but these games definitely helped me get through them. So I'll forever be grateful for the Infamous games. I wish we can get more from that franchise. Hopefully Sucker Punch gets to it one day. And then we get to the PS5. Finally get our hands on PS5. So funny thing, I didn't get PS5 right away. I had built a PC in 2020. And so I remember, PS5 was coming out. I'm like, oh, I can wait. I got my PC. It will hold me over for however long. Nope. I saw people getting that PS5. My friends were getting the PS5. And I was so jealous, dude. I was like, I should have got the PS5. And so, yeah, it would be it'll be a few months before I would get it. I was getting money from school, and so I mean at the time again I didn't have any responsibilities, so I was just like, was it Wario64, who I still follow to this day. Wario64, I was on his Twitter constantly waiting for PS5 drops, right? Just have it up on the second screen when I was doing like schoolwork and stuff. And I just kept seeing them come through. I would try to get them. By the time I get to the website, it was sold out. And luckily one day I found a bundle on, it was Ant Online. That's where I got it from. They had it was $900. But it was actually like everything in there was valued at $900. So I wasn't getting ripped off. It was the PS5, came with another controller, it came with a camera. I think it came with Demon Souls and Spider-Man Miles Morales. And it might have come with PlayStation Plus. I can't remember. I think it was like year of PlayStation Plus. But I'm like, dude, I don't care. This is like the only way I'll probably be able to get it. So I got it. Luckily, it went through. And I literally got it the next day. It was crazy how fast I got that PS5. But I was so happy. Just probably the happiest I've ever been to get a console. And yeah, the first game I played was Astro's Playroom. I'd heard about this game going into the PS5, like watched reviews, pretty much watched reviews of everything that was coming to the PS5. And yeah, Astro's Playroom took me by surprise. I'm not even gonna lie. I played, they had the VR one. It was Rescue Mission, I think is what it was called. I played that because I did get a VR headset in 2019, but my room was not built for VR, so I didn't play much of it. So yeah, I was familiar with who Astro was, but I just never really got into his games till Playroom because it was free. And yeah, dude, this was a fun game. Like that's all, like it was fun. Capital F-U-N, fun. Just going through, completing levels, pretty much the same thing as Astrobot. You're just completing levels, getting like artifacts. You're getting like cool, like again, this was just a fun trip down memory lane. And I remember at the time, before this, I had a Let's Play channel and it's been deleted, so I don't have anything from that. But I was like following that, I had a review channel. And I remember Astrobot was one of the games I reviewed. And I don't have it. I have like a little snippet. I don't know, I might play it depending on how I feel about it. But yeah, this was just a fun game. There's really nothing else I can say. It was a fun game. A really easy platinum. This was kind of when I was getting into trophy hunting, but not super serious about it. But even still, this was just a game where I kind of wanted to do everything. I wanted to collect all the artifacts and stuff. And yeah, like, what a game. Like, just the fact that they put it up for free on the PS5, crazy to think about nowadays. But yeah, dude, Astro's Playroom just really, like, just a fun ass video game. And then we get to Miles Morales. Again, I didn't have a PS5 when this came out, so I played the PS4 version. I remember I was really upset when this came out because the GameStop that I pre-ordered this at, they didn't get the PS4 versions the day of. I didn't get it until the next day. So I was really upset about that because again, I had a Let's Play channel. And so I was like, oh man, I'll be so late on this. But I don't even think I uploaded anything with Miles Morales. I remember I recorded the like first hour or so, but I never uploaded it. But yeah, following up on Spider-Man 2018, this was just a really good follow-up, a shorter game, really tight trophy list. And to be honest, this might still be my favorite of the 3 Spider-Man games. Yeah, this one was just really, really fun to get through. Really good. Got me through a really interesting time period. This was before Cyberpunk, I think, when I played this. Let's see, this is the PS5 version, so all these are auto-popped, except for one, which was New Game Plus. Very weird choice. I'm not complaining about it because it's a short game, but just having New Game Plus tied to the Platinum was an interesting choice. But yeah, I remember playing this in 2020 when I first got it, and getting to that, like I completed pretty much everything up to the New Game Plus. I'm like, I'll just save that for whenever I get a PS5. And yeah, once I got PS5, I did New Game Plus, popped that trophy, and then got the Platinum. And so just, again, really short experience, really fun time, and just one of my favorites. Here's Infamous 2. Why the hell is it all the way up here, dude? What? I don't know. I don't know how this got here, but yeah, Infamous 2 builds off of pretty much what made that first Infamous game great. I remember, so it started in 2012, October, so I'm pretty sure this was something, yeah, I remember renting this from Blockbuster one weekend, back when Blockbuster existed, RIP. But yeah, I got this one weekend at Blockbuster, and then I picked it up again when I had some Christmas money left over a couple months later. Got it like the following, like a few days after Christmas, played it when I got back home, ended up finishing it again, just Karma doing, I'm pretty sure I did the bad Karma. Yeah, I did the evil one first. I don't know what it is with Infamous. I always do the evil Karma runs first and then good Karma. I usually do the opposite when there's a game like that. But yeah, just I remember, let's see, 2013 doing collectibles, some other stuff. And yeah, 2021, I picked it back up. At this point, I'm pretty sure, again, just all miscellaneous, picking up collectibles, earned full negative karma. I'm surprised I didn't get that my first playthrough. Curious if these are still, I'm pretty sure you can. User-generated missions, I'm pretty sure you can still get these. I don't see why not. Again, collectibles, miscellaneous things, but of course at the time I played, the story again, Evil, Good Karma. Yeah, Infamous 2. Fantastic game. Remaster this, Sucker Punch. Do something, please. And then we get to somewhat when I was getting serious about this. This was another game I reviewed back when I had reviews and stuff. I can't find this video anywhere, unfortunately. But yeah, this Ratchet & Clank, I have a weird history with Ratchet & Clank. I remember getting this, when was this, I got this in 2016 as a Christmas gift, because I'm pretty sure it was on sale. But yeah, just playing some in 2016, playing some in 2017. That summer when I had a break finally. Finished it in 2017, summer of 2017. And then I picked it back up in 2021. This was around the time when the new Ratchet & Clank was coming out, Rift Apart. And so at this time, I think I just needed, again, just a lot of just stuff I missed. Some miscellaneous things, some stuff with the story. A lot of trophies I got during 2021, but yeah, primarily I was going into this for like reviews, but at the time I was also like, why not finish up the platinum as well? So I did that. Interesting game, just kind of like given the context, but a fun game. Ratchet & Clank is always fun. I mean, the next one I did was Rift Apart. Rift Apart, probably one of the better games to come out on the PS5. Just a beautiful game at the time, it still is a beautiful game, I would say. Made clever use of the DualSense controller. Probably still one of the best cases of DualSense on the PS5, if I'm being honest. And just a really fun time, really fun story to get through. Again, this was a really easy trophy list to get through as well. I mean, I think all Ratchet & Clank games are like this. I don't know about the older ones. I haven't played those yet. But yeah, this one just like, you can never, I shouldn't say you. I can never complain about an easy trophy list. Just in a world where we have platinums that take hours upon hours on end with like grindy trophies and stuff. It's just always nice to kind of kick back and just cruise through a trophy list when that's really easy to get through. The only one, let me see. There is one that is kind of missable. I don't know which one it is off the top of my head, but I do remember almost thinking I had to replay it again for one of these trophies. I just don't know which one it is. Just a fun platinum, man. Fun platinum to get through. I didn't get this one right away. I had just started a new job at this point, so it was probably like a week or two until I picked it up. But yeah, this, again, just one of the best games to come out on the PS5. Ghost of Tsushima again. I kind of wish I didn't do an auto pop for this. As you can tell, I wasn't serious about trophy hunting at the time. So this is definitely a game I would have, if I had known I was gonna do a platinum channel, this was one of those games I definitely would have done it for. But I mean, nonetheless, I did an auto pop because it was for the Iki Island stuff. that's what I was playing, or that's what I did it for. And I only have 3 trophies from this, which is kind of sad. But, and there's only 7, but yeah. And then the next new one, Deathloop, I don't know why I said it like that. This game, this is another game that surprised me. I remember being excited for it. I think I played it for a little bit, but in the beginning, I just wasn't really. So this is kind of in that time frame when I was like debating on whether or not I wanted to do YouTube or not. So in the beginning, it was off to a slow start because I was kind of contemplating whether I wanted to do that. And then just kind of getting used to everything in the game just took a while to do. So yeah, it really wasn't until like a few weeks or a week or so, a week and a half, maybe, when I kind of started getting back into the story. And you know, I'm playing through the story like you normally would. And I ended up finishing it, right? But then I started looking at the trophies. And the trophies in this game really elevate Deathloop. This is one of those few games where actually going for the, like, I know there's like kind of a weird reputation with trophy hunting and stuff, but this is probably the prime example of a game where the trophies just like heighten the experience, because I was just doing stuff I probably would not have done normally. And this is probably the first time I've ever experienced something like that when it comes to trophy hunting. Like, I was just playing the game in a different way. And it was so cool. Like, it was so cool thinking about that. Like, I'm just playing, like, I'm just doing things I normally would not have thought to do. And yeah, it just really changed my whole outlook on the game. Like, this is probably one of my favorite platinums just for that. Just the fact that it encouraged me to kind of do everything I could and also just explore things and like just complete things in a different route, a different way, just things I just would not have thought to do. So yeah, this was a really interesting platinum for that reason. So yeah, Deathloop is definitely one of my favorite platinums of that time. Horizon Zero Dawn, so I won't go too deep into this one. This was one of the first games I got with money that I earned from like a job. So this one always has a special memory for me for that reason. I just don't remember too much about this trophy list at the time. So this and Forbidden West, they're weird because I played through some of it when I first got it, right? So I got this in March 11th is when I got it. Played it for a few days, in April, and then probably a couple more days in August. And then I wouldn't really get into it until September. I remember this was my junior year. Yeah, junior year of high school. We had a hurricane coming down. And so for a few days, we didn't have school for a few days. And so this was one of the games I just kind of played in that time. And I just ended up playing through most of it, like most of the trophy lists at the time too. I ended up finishing it over that time span. But again, I didn't get the platinum at the time. It wasn't until 2019. It wasn't until 2019, actually no, it was 2019. This is again just one of those games I had most of the trophies in, and I just decided to knock out everything and get the platinum. I don't know what it was. This was a little underwhelming for me when I popped it. I don't know why. I don't know if I was in a mood or something. But yeah, I just remember I popped the platinum. I'm like, yeah, it's done. So, but I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn's it's a weird franchise. I like the games. I know a lot of people I think feel it's overrated given how much like Sony pushes it out, but yeah. And then we get to probably my favorite Star Wars games ever, which is The Force Unleashed. All right, quick wardrobe change. I had to run some errands, so yeah, now I'm rocking the Mass Effect with my N7 shirt, but I was on The Force Unleashed, and if there is one game that defines my childhood, but also defines me as a person, it would definitely be The Force Unleashed. I played this game so much as a kid. I had almost every console. I I had it on Wii, which is how I experienced it the first time. My dad had it on the Xbox 360, which I also played. I have probably half the achievements on that. And then I got it on my PSP. That's probably where I played it the most, just because I always had my PSP with me, and now it's just one of the many games I had on repeat. What else? I had it on my PS3. That was the first game I played on. I mean, obviously you're looking at it right now, but the original version, that was the first game I got on my PS3. See, I got it again on my Switch. Aspyr re-released it on the Switch, which is kind of just a Wii port. And then the only ones I haven't played the PlayStation 2 version, which is essentially just a port of the Wii and PSP versions of it. I never played. There's like a weird. I also have on my PC, but I have on my PC as well. But there's a weird version on the phone I never played on. So there's that. But yeah, Force Unleashed. Looking at just Star Wars games that I played throughout my lifetime, this, like, not looking at the best or anything like that, this is arguably probably my favorite Star Wars game. Yeah, like, there's no other game I would say that defines my childhood other than this one. I played this so much, and these are based off the Ultimate Sith Edition one, which had like some bonus levels if you chose the dark side ending. But I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine the original release of The Force Unleashed came with trophies. I don't really know. I don't know for sure off the top of my head just looking at this. Because I remember, if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure I had The Force Unleashed, like the original version, in 2008. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this is just based off the Ultimate Sith Edition. So, I mean, yeah, just like I did everything. Played through the story. I played through the story on my PS3, like, I don't even know how many times. We're getting back into some more DLC trophies. Like, I could gush on and on and on about The Force Unleashed. I mean, yeah, like we're in 2010 now, change of the decade. Playing on Sith Warrior, I would imagine that's like the normal difficulty maybe. I don't see myself playing this game on hard back when I was like 9 years old. So yeah, I picked it back up 2020. That's random. I must have just been really bored. Oh, no. So yeah, this was like a thing, I guess. It was, this was like my yearly game, I guess. I just tried to play it at the beginning of the year, every year. This was the only time I did this, was in 2020. And then I did it again in 2022 when I didn't have that many trophies left. Like, I think most of what I had to do was just defeat enemies with certain force powers, like a certain number of enemies, collect all the holocrons, which I never did before, play the game on the hardest difficulty, complete all the training rooms. Was that the last trophy? Dang, that was the last trophy I needed for the platinum. I wish I had done these first. And I mean, luckily, yeah, I wasn't doing the platinum stuff at the time, but I would have done these first, or at least when I could unlock them, and then knock this out last before the platinum. But yeah, I mean, this was a childhood classic, so I just wanted to at least get the platinum. I was almost done. But I mean, yeah, just Force Unleashed, amazing game in my opinion. I know like reviews and stuff don't really give it like the best reputation. I mean, they're good, but like to me, this is great, like even amazing almost. And so immediately after that, I picked up The Force Unleashed 2, and I got this like the day of, back in 2010. I mean, not as great as the first Force Unleashed. It's still like I'll replay it, but I don't really like the story. Is just like the story's just way too short. I finished this. I got this on the 26th, right? I finished it literally the next day. Where is it? Yeah, right here. For October 27th at 4:37. No, 5:06. Sorry. Complete the game and choose the dark side ending. This was a day later. This campaign is probably, I don't know, 6-7 hours if you're really taking your time. Like, you can just speed through this story in no time. And like, there's a bunch of stuff that has to do with like the development of that game, which is why it's so short. And it was full price at the time too. So It was just, I just like, the day I got it, I was just playing it literally the moment I got home. I like sped through my homework, finished it as fast as I could. And then immediately from that moment on, I was playing it from that time until my bedtime, which I was 10. I would imagine it was probably like 9:30 or something. When was it? Let's see. When did I get my last trophy? I got it at 9:12. Destroy the Star Destroyers. So like, so I literally made it to like the second to last level on that day, and I started this at 4:35 p.m. So in like 5 hours, I was almost done with the game, which is just crazy to think. Like 10-year-old me, like crazy, dude. If I was a lot older and I paid full price for it, I probably would have been really upset. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have been really upset. But I mean, yeah, like Force Unleashed 2 is just an interesting game. I know a lot of people love it, and again, I have fun replaying it, but it's just not, compared to the first Force Unleashed, it's really just not that good. Like, I agree with the review scores on this one. It's just not as good compared to Force Unleashed 1. And so yeah, my last trophy, technically 2012, I picked it up again. It was like really cheap at GameStop at in 2013 when I got it again. And then I did pick it up again until I finished the platinum for the Force Unleashed, which was in 2022. And I think at this point, it was just, again, just cleaning up a few like miscellaneous trophies. I think I had to play the game on the hardest difficulty, yeah, which wasn't super difficult. There were some challenge maps. Those challenge maps are pretty difficult. I do remember struggling on a few of these, but I mean, yeah, just kind of going back, cleaning things up, doing the miscellaneous things. And it was interesting revisiting this game. I think I got some DLC trophies too. I don't know. Actually, no, I didn't. I think I only need like 2 more. Yeah. Complete the game, complete it without dying, and find all the holograms. So maybe I'll come back and do that one day. But yeah, Force Unleashed 2, not as good, but still fun to revisit in Platinum. And yeah, going into the rest of 2022, so this was the time when I hit a bit of a burnout phase. I was kind of just starting games, but I never really got super far on them. Like Dying Light 2, that was a game I picked up in 2022. I bought the deluxe edition too, and I only played for maybe 5 hours or so. I didn't get super far in that. Let's see, this is when I was playing with friends. Resident Evil Village, didn't get super far in that. I downloaded this, but the PS5 version, but I never got too far in it. And then now we kind of get back into a little bit into when I started to get back into gaming. Yeah, like my burnout phase didn't last super long. When I had my burnout phase, just because school, work, everything, life was just kind of, it was a lot going on. So yeah, and I was kind of in like my movie buff era phase, I guess you can say too. So I just wasn't really playing that many games at the time. And so then I was just kind of like, how can I fix that? I want to get back into games. I was also struggling with like what I wanted to do on YouTube as well, because I wanted to do retrospectives, but I wasn't sure if I really wanted to do it. I just wasn't sure what kind of content I wanted to do, like in the gaming niche, I guess. So that's when I got into like I was kind of just going through my trophy list, and I was like, I haven't played the Arkham games in a long time, and I think it would be really cool if I went for the platinum, because I was really into the Batman movie that came out a few months prior. So I was really like on the Batman hyperfixation for a little while, and so I bought the remasters of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I'm assuming in 2020, because that's when I got my first trophy. And so yeah, this was before COVID hit. I was just playing a little bit, and then once COVID, like we were in the deep into COVID, in that summer, I was just playing a bunch of stuff, and Arkham was one of them. I was replaying this in Arkham City, and this was when I finished Arkham Asylum. I don't think I did anything crazy. I was just kind of playing like I normally play. Yeah, 2022 is when I picked it back up. And this is really when I started to experience things a little differently. Like I never did any of the challenges when I originally played. So I never did the combat, never did the predator challenges. And I really had I really enjoyed doing them this time around. It was just kind of a way to test my skills, you know, if I really was as good at the game as I thought I was. And of course, doing all the Riddler challenges, that was pretty fun. I never really got into them before, so doing those, and then just kind of perfecting the combat, doing all the challenges. Challenges in this game are they're pretty difficult, I'm not even gonna lie. I think just because the combat, while it's revolutionary in Arkham Asylum, it's really clunky when you think about it. But I mean, yeah, just doing all that, doing all the collectibles and stuff, and then I had to play it again on hard, just 'cause I didn't do it. I didn't do this originally when I played in 2020, and so this was actually the last thing I did. I did a final playthrough on hard. Just wanted to knock out everything first before I did that, and yeah, it's just the start of my obsession trying to platinum the whole Arkham series. So I did that, and then I actually platinumed this. I had COVID at the time when I platinumed this, so it was I guess my COVID platinum, you could say. And then Horizon Forbidden West, pretty much the exact same deal as Zero Dawn. I started this like the day it came out. I got it on the 19th, or actually the 18th, but I didn't start until like the midnight or something. So yeah, I started on the 19th of February, just playing it for a few days, and then again, I kind of hit that burnout phase, I don't know, somewhere around this time. Pick it up again. I played some in July. I didn't pick it up again until like that fall. So like towards the end of April or August, beginning of September, that's really when I started to get into it, and I actually really started to enjoy it a lot when I just that's all I played. Cause I don't know, just for some reason, it's just, I think this came out like a week before Elden Ring, right? But I wasn't really into Elden Ring, so that's not the reason I kind of stopped. I don't know what it is with the Horizon games. Like I play them for a little bit, and then it's just like sometime like 6 months later, I just really am like, yeah, it's hitting for me now. I don't know what it is, but I did this with both games. I don't know why I was like that. But yeah, I mean, this one pretty much improved on everything the first, like Zero Dawn did. And so yeah, this one, again, this was a really good sequel. Another excellent showcase of what the PS5 is capable of, even though it also released on the PS4. Just, you can definitely tell this was built for the PS5, for sure. Platinum God of War in 2022. Originally played this in 2018, of course, when it came out. Really excited cause I'm not a hardcore God of War fan, but I enjoy those games a lot. So I was always excited to play this, especially when they first announced it at E3. That was a really cool announcement. And so yeah, I mean, this is without a doubt a masterpiece, like easily. The whole, like, just the presentation of it, having all of it in like done in one shot, it's just, I don't know how they pulled that off. The combat is a major improvement over the original God of War games. Not that those are bad, of course, but I do like having the axe, and then spoilers if you haven't played it, you eventually do get the Blades of Chaos, which are really nice to control. And yeah, 2018, I just played the story. I mean, this was again a time when I just kind of did what I wanted to do. Like I wasn't really going after collectibles unless I happened to just naturally come across them. So when I decided to play again before I got God of War Ragnarok, I wanted to platinum it, of course, and so I just did all the upgrades, explored everything, collected everything, fought the Valkyries, which was a real challenge, but a nice challenge to end the platinum on. Yeah, this was just kind of a time when, if you're my dog, yeah, he's like behind the door. This was kind of a time when I was just buying old stuff. I wasn't in that trophy hunter mindset yet. I don't even know why I was really buying old games for real, but yeah, there's that, and then just some PS5 stuff I got for Christmas. There's Saints Row the reboot, which I plan on getting to very soon. And then we get to Shattered Dimensions, another one of those childhood classics. I got it in 2011, I believe. I think it came out in 2010. But yeah, I remember this was something I rented from Blockbuster. I got it in September, played it over a weekend, and then got it again as a Christmas gift. Really, I just think about the time when I did play this, and that was a really good time. We had just moved, which is not really like always the ideal time to start a new game. But yeah, this was, I mean, I was like 10 at the time, right? Or no, I was 11 actually. And I mean, yeah, dude, just the vibes I remember from playing this was really fun. As you can see, I didn't get too many trophies at the time. I feel like I finished this back when I played it, but I guess because I remember playing Edge of Time around this time too, so I don't know. I feel like I finished it, but I ended as you can see, I ended Act 1 in 2011, and it wouldn't be until 2021 when I picked up the trophies again. And see, at this time as well, I wasn't into trophy hunting still. This was actually one of the first retrospectives I did. There's a few I had done before, but this was the first one. I remember on like my older channels, which aren't around anymore. I did one originally, and this was a video that kind of blew up for me. I had like 900 views at the time, which was really good compared to what I was putting out. But yeah, so I made that video like soon after I finished this. 2021, I finished the game, you know, doing stuff naturally, you know, collecting things and whatnot. And so when I wanted to get back into the retrospectives, I didn't have any of my footage from when I played this in 2021. So I did it again in 2022 with the goal of course, getting the platinum this time around. And so I just did everything. This one took me forever, actually, to platinum. This one was not easy. I remember, so you have to play the game on hard, right? Of course. And then there are some challenges here, like you have to like completing the levels on hard. That's not the hard part, really. This really wasn't that bad, but there are challenges that come with it, right? So you have to, let's see. Actually, no. I'm thinking, so you actually, okay. So there's a system, right? That ranks, like you get different medals based on how you did during the mission. All right, and so there's like medals for completing, like you have to complete the mission in a certain time, you have to collect all the spider emblems, you have to get a certain combo rating, and you have to do all this on hard, right? You don't have to do it all in one go. I kind of wanted to, but that shot me in the foot more times than not. So after a while, I just kind of focused on like one or two of those challenges and whatnot, and then just cleaned up as I could. So you have to do that for almost every level in the game. I think the only one you don't have to do it for is the boss level, if I'm correct. And so, yeah, this one was kind of really annoying to do. Like, you can see, I unlocked this one. Gee, this was a time when I stayed up like super late because, bedtime procrastination. That's always fun. So yeah, I got this one at 3:39 in the morning. And then I collected all the hidden spiders at 4 in the morning, which looking back on, that's crazy. I was doing that pretty much every night for a while when I was in college. But yeah, so I did that. Yeah, just completing everything on hard was a real pain in the butt to do. And then I had like a few challenges left, so I knocked those out plus whenever I got around to them. I mean, yeah, just completing all the levels on hard. That's the last thing I had to do, because I think the Mysterio one, I had to do that on hard. I didn't have to worry about the challenges, even though I really could have knocked that out pretty easily. But yeah, I didn't have to worry about the challenges here, or the rankings, I guess. And yeah, that was pretty fun platinum, a difficult platinum, but it was a fun one for sure. And so now we get back to Arkham, the Arkham games with Arkham City. I started this back when I bought it the first time, so it'll be in 2020. Yeah, I started this in June of 2020, and again, just kind of going through the story, collecting things as I go, yada yada. Picked it back up in 2022, literally a day or two after I finished my Arkham Asylum Platinum, and yeah, just kind of, again, going through, I think I was picking up off my save file from 2020, so I was just kind of doing some random stuff at first, and then I'm assuming just I always find this trophy really interesting. Just how you can just change the calendar whenever you want and knock that out in like one go. But yeah, just trying to do all the side missions, you know, that for Zaz, Azrael, I forgot his name, I'm sorry. Augmented reality challenges, and of course the big thing, which is always like the riddles and stuff. The riddles in this game, but collecting the trophies and stuff, it's actually like really addicting. There's like 400 in this game, which when you think about it is really crazy. But it's just, I got into like this groove where it was fun. It was so fun just going around and collecting all the Riddler trophies and all that. And again, there's a lot, but it's incredibly fun to do over the first one. You know, you have the whole city to explore. And then you get to the combat challenges, which in my opinion are probably the best in the series. They just improved a lot over Arkham Asylum. See, I'll get to Origins later, but I just feel like this is just the perfect balance of, not feeling necessarily long, like longer than it needs to be. And there are definitely some tough ones in here, especially with the Predator challenges. I think those are, like, the combat, I had mastered the combat at that point, so those weren't really too bad. But the Predator ones, they just have some ridiculous requirements. And so, yeah, those just took me a while to get done. And then, so of course, once I finished those, I had to do a New Game Plus run. And this one was actually really annoying because you don't only have to do the story again, you have to do all of the side missions again too. And it's just like, dude, like, it's just so much. And yeah, just having to do that twice is just really, it's a headache. But yeah, this was actually the first platinum I got in 2023. I got it at exactly on the 1st at 2:38 a.m. I mean, I was almost done. I remember it hit me that I had to complete all the side missions again. I think I was already doing this, but yeah, I had to do all of them again. So that's the last thing I did before I got the platinum. And this one, aside from Arkham Origins, which I'll get into in a minute, probably my proudest platinum at this point. One of them at least. Played some indies for a little bit, and then we get back to Edge of Time, the Spider-Man games. Again, I played this in 2012 actually, my bad. And I finished Act 1 in 2012. Again, this is weird. I swore I thought I finished this back in 2012 or something, but I guess not. I only finished Act 1, but this is another interesting one. It's another short game compared to Shattered Dimensions, which I made like a full retrospective, which that's probably my best retrospective. I would say is the Edge of Time. So if you want to really like a really in-depth my thoughts on it, I would check that out. But yeah, I mean, it's just shorter than this is one of those cases where the game is shorter than it really should have been. I feel like if you had like a few more hours to kind of flesh things out, this would have been a much better game. I don't think it's as bad as like reviews make it out to be, but compared to Shattered Dimensions, this is probably one of the weaker ones out of those four. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is probably the worst out of like what Beanox made over those four Spider-Man games, but this one is towards the bottom. It's an enjoyable Spider-Man game. It's just one that deserved better. But as far as the trophies go, a really pretty simple trophy list. I'm assuming there's like a difficulty one in here as well, but it's not like Shattered Dimensions where you also have to do like ranks and stuff. Actually, there is, but you don't unlock hard mode until you finish the story on like any other difficulty. But yeah, so I just kind of did that, going around collecting orbs, orb fragments, which is like the currency in the game. You have golden spiders, which are the collectibles, but also a form of upgrades as well. So I just had a guide up for that. And yeah, just kind of going through. This is, again, if I had thought about trophy hunting stuff at the time, this is one I definitely would have done probably, because I only have 14 trophies and there's 48. So yeah, I think this would have been a really fun one to go over on the channel. I might do this one day. I just got a 360, so I might double dip and get this on the 360 maybe. Just kind of depends. I know they're like really expensive nowadays. But yeah, a really simple trophy list. Lots of combat, lots of collecting, completing story missions, which is always fun. Just collecting stuff, finishing the game on normal, collecting suits, getting combos. And then of course the last thing I had to do was complete all the chapters again on hard, which I said this earlier in like my Wolverine video, but I wish there was just a way like you didn't have to start over with your progress. I remember this one, like all of your upgrades and stuff just carried over, which is just nice. This wasn't necessarily, it kind of is, I guess, an early example of New Game Plus. And I just wish more games at the time had something like that. And then we get back to the Arkham Asylum again. I decided to, because I had these on my PS3, I just had them sitting around for a while. So I just thought I'd platinum them again. Started this in 2010 and I got the platinum in 2023. I just platinumed this like a few months before. So I already knew what to do. So I was able to knock this one out a bit faster. Same with, I'm going to assume, yeah, Arkham City was next. Exact same thing. I started this in 2011 when it came out. I believe, yeah, it was 2011. Started then. Probably just played the story at the time. Yeah, just played the story, and it wouldn't be until 2023, March of 2023, when I got back into it. I think I platinumed this over like spring break. Let's see. Yeah, on the 25th. So I played this at like the exact same time as I was playing Saints Row, which I'm gonna get. I mean, there's no PlayStation version. I'll get into Saints Row plenty in a minute, but yeah, I was playing this at the same time. And again, I knew what I was doing, and so I was able to knock this one out pretty quickly. So there's those, and then Life is Strange True Colors. I love the Life is Strange games, but this is the only one I went out of my way to get the platinum for, because when I look at the Life is Strange games, they're actually really easy to platinum. You just got to, again, play through the episodes, right? And just collect things. That's it. And so that's all I did. I just pulled up a collectible guide, because this is one of those experiences where I knew it wasn't going to get in the way of my experience. I just had to be on the lookout for like when to like look for the collectibles. And so I did that. True Colors I really liked. I would go out on a limb and say it's probably one of the better Life is Strange games. I think 1 is still like top tier, but this one's really good. I think the powers were kind of weird because it's like emotions and stuff. I know it's way more, like there's more to it than just that, but I mean, I'm a sicko for Life is Strange. I have a soft spot for those games. And so yeah, this was the one I just went out of my way to platinum, and I really loved this one a lot at the time. And then we get to, of course, probably my game of the year in 2023, which was Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This is, without a doubt, in my opinion, probably the best Star Wars game we've gotten ever, I would say. It just improved on everything that made Fallen Order a great game to begin with, and just doubled down on what was good, improved on so many aspects of it. The gameplay in that game is like just so incredibly satisfying. Again, this was another one I played on the hard difficulty, not the hardest one, but just having all those different lightsaber stances really elevated. Like there was only 2, technically 3 in Fallen Order, but the third one was like a special move. But you have 4 in this game, and you just really have to decide when is the best time to use each stance. Because I feel like each of this, I don't want to get too into the weeds, because again, I have another retrospective on this, which you can check out. But yeah, it's just, combat is just so elevated. It's probably one of the best combat systems I played in the game, other than, I would say, Ghost of Tsushima. Just it's so satisfying, you know, slicing and dicing through stormtroopers and battle droids, which is another thing. Having battle droids in this game and being able to slice them in half, freaking amazing. Just like the gameplay in this game, traversing around the world is amazing. Exploring the different planets, just so like they're all beautiful to just roam around in. The story, to me, it's a major step up from Fallen Order. It doesn't have that whole Order 66 backdrop anymore, which that's not a bad thing. I don't want to make it seem like it's bad, but it didn't have the whole, like it was just, it's telling its own original story in this universe set during a pretty interesting time. Really, like they're really hammering down on that time between episode 3 and 4 of Star Wars, but this one was really, like, I feel like it did a really good job with its story. And I mean, just the trophy list as a whole is just amazing to go through. Like, this was a game I just did not want to put down. I did not want to leave this world at all. I wanted to do almost everything I could in this game, and that's exactly what I did. I mean, probably the only annoying trophy was those collectibles. I had to find, like, I don't even remember what they were called, but yeah, you had to find these collectibles. That's probably the only annoying, yeah, like purchasing everything in Doma's shop, and you have to find all those things that you can buy stuff with. And so that was probably the only annoying trophy I would say that was in here. But other than that, I had nothing but fun 100%ing this game. It just a fantastic Star Wars game. I wish we got more like this, if I'm being honest. And I am beyond excited for what Respawn does next. And so now we kind of hit when I was trying to clean up some stuff. So Miles Morales, I picked this one up again on the PS4 because I just needed to complete the game on New Game Plus. So I spent like a couple days doing that. And yeah, I purchased all the suits, unlocked all the upgrades, and then complete New Game Plus. That was all I needed to do on the PS4 version, so I just knocked that one out really quick. Wolfenstein: The New Order, I covered that this year, but on Xbox, because again, this was one of the first games I had on my PS4. One of the only games I had on there too. And so I don't know, for some reason, I guess I didn't have a lot to do, right? I didn't have a lot to play. So I was just kind of doing everything I could at the time. This was really when I just started to get into that mindset of wanting to get more out of my games, aside from just like playing the story and finishing them. Like, I really went out of my way to get all the collectibles in Wolfenstein. I had never done that before. And so yeah, I completed most of this trophy list in 2014. This one I'm surprised by. Complete the game on I Am at Death Incarnate or Uber. Yeah, complete the game on Uber. I'm pretty sure there's a hack you can do, or not a hack, I should say. Like, you can just play the last level on Uber and you can unlock the trophy that way. So I did that in 2014 as well, and solving the Enigma codes. And yeah, I just picked it back up in 2023. I just needed to complete the weapon perks and all that jazz. So I just did that over a few days, and I eventually popped the platinum for that. And then we get into Saints Row the Third, remastered, of course. This is the PS5 version. Let me double check. Yeah, PS5 version. I was really getting into the Saints Row series at the time, doing those retrospectives. As you can see, I first got some trophies in 2022. That's when I picked it up. It was on sale at GameStop, so I just kind of got them and played it for a little bit. Didn't play it for long, obviously. Just got to that Kanye West level, but yeah, I was really getting into the Saints Row retrospectives at the time. Did the first one on Xbox, which was really fun to play for the first time, and then did Saints Row 2 on my PS3, but that one doesn't come with trophies support. But because I played it again on Xbox, based on those trophies, I probably would not have gone for the platinum if it came with a trophy. But yeah, I was like, Saints Row the Third is the first one that has a trophy list. This list is actually the exact same as the PS3 version, which I'll get into a little bit later. So I just this was my first time really doing that. So I'm just kind of in between story missions, just going around and just doing whatever I could in the world, you know, completing activities, doing the miscellaneous things, completing challenges, all that jazz to 100% the game. And I mean, yeah, it really elevated my experience, because I never, in previous Saints Row games, went out of my way to 100% everything. I kind of just naturally did everything and had a high enough completion rate, but never just went out of my way to like complete all the like the bonus stuff I wasn't really interested in doing. And so yeah, I just decided to do that for Saints Row the Third because it's really easy to get through, actually. Pretty simple stuff. You know, you just complete the story, make sure you're doing all the challenges, and eventually you'll get to 100%ing the whole map, which is always satisfying to look at. You know, seeing the Saints take over. This one is Steelport. So yeah, just seeing them take over Steelport, always satisfying. That having that whole map be purple. And yeah, I mean, the last things I did to get the platinum was just complete the story. You have to do it 2 ways. And yeah, just did that before I popped the platinum. And then of course I did some DLC stuff. I might revisit this one day, just complete it, because it's really easy stuff to do. I kind of wish I did it at the time, but yeah, that was in 2023, summer 2023. And then of course we get to Saints Row 4, which is the beginning of the channel. Not the beginning of the channel, but beginning of the trophy hunting journey on the channel. And so I started this in July, towards the end of July, and I had just started my first job. And so that's kind of when I was starting to get into a bit of a routine. And I was watching like YouTube. I was watching different YouTube channels before I went to bed, just trying to experiment with different content I was watching. And one of them was Austin Eruption, which is a really good channel. I would check them out if you're kind of into like older video games and stuff. Or just, you know, just different, like stuff that's not really in the norm, right? And then of course I started watching Mayor Hairbear. Him and Nick AR. Those are the two that really got me into the trophy hunting idea, like, you know, doing it for like videos and stuff. And so I decided I was gonna like do a retrospective for Saints Row 4 anyway. So I figured I would keep track of the trophies I was getting and just make a video out of that as well. So yeah, this was one of the first videos I did for the channel, so I won't really get into these now as I was before. But yeah, the first one I did for the channel, really easy to get through. I think took me like 20 hours to really like 100% everything. And then I played the DLC, which took me like 26. So I had to, there's one trophy where you have to play for 40 hours. And so I had to leave my PS4 on or PS5 on for like 14 hours, which was just funny to think about. But yeah, this was the beginning of the trophy hunting journey on YouTube. One of my better performing videos on the channel, which I really do enjoy the video. I'm really glad people enjoyed it as much as they did, because I mean, I just kind of put it out there not really expecting much, but yeah, I mean, it really blew up, which I'm happy with. For those waiting, if you're still watching at this point, I promise Saints Row 4 retrospective coming very soon. I know I've been holding out on that for a while. And so now we're kind of getting into a phase where I was just kind of trying things for the channel. So one of them was Republic Commando. I kind of bought this when it was on sale. I played it when I was a kid. My dad, he had it on the Xbox because I think it was only on Xbox for a while. And I have it on my PC, but it's an old game, so it doesn't really run that well on my PC. And so they remastered this. Aspire remastered this a couple years ago. I can't remember when exactly. And so yeah, I just saw it was on sale. One day I'm like, this will probably be another like a short, sweet game to keep testing these videos with. And it did pretty good. I'm happy with how this one came out. Kind of experimenting a little bit too with how I wanted to play it, because on PSN profiles, like the way they recommend it was to play on hard and just kind of do everything along the way. But see, I never played it as it I only played through a little bit of Geonosis, and the times I had played it, the game was just kicking my ass. So I'm just like, I'm gonna play this on normal the first time, and then I'll come back and play it again on hard. Looking back, I kind of wish I had just played it all the way on hard just to save on some time. But overall, this was a really good game, a really fun throwback to whenever it came out. Like 2005, I think, before Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, that was a fun platinum to get. Spider-Man Remastered, this is another one. So I actually was playing it for a little bit. So I got this in 2021 when I first got, it was soon after I first got my PS5, and then just kind of sporadically playing it. Like I got one in 2021, I got a trophy in 2022, and then 2023 was when I was trying to play it. Again, I was in that retrospective mindset more so than the trophy hunting mindset at the time. So I was really playing this, in terms of like the retrospective. But see, the thing, I was really doing too much at the time for how small I was, right? Because I was trying to get this and then also Miles Morales out before Spider-Man 2 came out, so I could, you know, capitalize on that. But part of me just wasn't really enjoying it as much as I was when I first played it in 2018. So it just got to a point where I just did, because I was trying to get the platinum. I mean, it's easy, right? So I really wish I had not done this, but I ended up doing the auto pop thing like a few hours into it and then just moving on. That was kind of at that point where I was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do a retrospective for this. But see, I had just put out the Saints Row video, so I kind of wish I had just, you know, tried to do the trophy hunting stuff there, but I just ended up not doing that. And yeah, this is another auto pop I kind of regret doing, looking back on it. Guide Out of Hell, this one was interesting because it follows pretty much the exact same formula in terms of trophies as Saints Row 4. So I didn't really think it would be interesting to make a video about it. So like I got this for free on PlayStation Plus, and I only played like a little bit at the time. I only got 2 trophies in 2016. And then I played it, I think it was a little bit after I finished Saints Row 4. I got 1 trophy, and then just one weekend I was kind of bored, didn't really have anything to do. And this was just sitting on my dashboard. So I just decided I'm just gonna get the platinum for Guide Out of Hell and just make a video about it, because I mean, fuck it, why not? So that's what I did. This one's kind of annoying to do as well, just because there's not a story to this. So you can't, like, there's a lot of kill related trophies in this game. You can't just like do activities or replay missions or something, you have to, if you really want to do it and you're paying attention to it, you have to replay. I don't know if they're, I think they are diversions, but like they're just like things in the world that you have to do that are kill related, and you just have to do that over and over and over again in order to get these kill related trophies and challenges done. And so yeah, that was really annoying, and there's just a few annoying trophies in here as well that, yeah, just, I mean, I for what it is, I enjoyed the game a little bit more than I thought I was. It's an expansion, right? So there's really not much to write home about here, but yeah, for what it was, I enjoyed it somewhat. Again, it was just a little annoying to do. I'll go ahead and lay out the plans now. I also want to do a series where I platinum, or at least 100% all the Lego games. And this was actually the first Lego game I got, aside from The Force Awakens. This is the first one I did with the idea of doing it for the channel. And see, originally, this was just gonna be a one-off video. I was just gonna do, oh, here's my platinum, like this is how I platinumed Lego The Incredibles. Because I love The Incredibles, it's probably my favorite animated movie. And I have wrote out the entire script, and I was reading it, and I was like, I don't think this would be an interesting video like by itself, right? And so I was kind of sitting around with it for a little while, and that's when I seen like some other videos. Cam Reviews is really a channel that inspired me, but I was like, why not just do like a series on the Lego games? So yeah, I just kind of have this sitting around. I'm gonna get around to it at some point whenever I get around to other Lego games. But yeah, so we platinumed that. This was probably a few days before a big game came out that I'll get into in a moment. But another game that I did for the channel and leading up to another release was Alan Wake Remastered. I had played this a few years ago on Steam after I played Control. And so yeah, I was just, I think I got this, I don't know if I got this one for free. I'm pretty sure if I didn't get it for free, I got it for really cheap. So yeah, I mean, just leading up to Alan Wake 2, I was like, let's just platinum Alan Wake. I played this already, and getting the platinum for it was really fun. It didn't really feel annoying or anything playing it again. There's a lot of collectibles, but if you have a guide, there's a really good guide out there. If you just kind of have that along with you, then you could just knock it out, you know, pretty quick. The story in the game, if you just mainline the story, it's a decent like playtime, but not super long game. But yeah, this was a really fun platinum. A lot of combat, just a lot of combat, a lot of collectible trophies. So yeah, again, the structure of it was really nice in terms of making a video, because I mean, there's like 6 chapters or so. So I could just go through the chapters and just talk about the trophies I unlocked there. And yeah, just a really fun game, really fun video to work on as well. I kind of wish I had done the DLC. I know there's like one comment on that video, like no DLC. And it's like, I didn't get around to it because I think I posted the video. No, I posted the video like a week after Alan Wake 2 came out. And then we get to the big boy of 2023, which was Spider-Man 2. I was excited. I was already excited to play Spider-Man 2, like really excited. But when I started getting to the trophy hunting stuff, I was like, oh, I'm really excited to cover this for the channel now. And not my favorite video personally, but I had a fun time getting the platinum. The story of this one, looking back on it, not bad. I don't want to go as far as say it was bad, right? But Spider-Man 1 is just kind of, Spider-Man 1 did something special. And I think they were trying to do a little too much in Spider-Man 2. But I mean, the game was fun. It was fun exploring the world. It was fun, you know, just being Spider-Man in this world, using the symbiote and all that jazz. And yeah, I mean, it's a sequel to Spider-Man 1. This was really good. A lot of people nowadays, they had like a violent flip on it, right? They're just like, this is the worst Spider-Man game ever. It's like, slow your roll, bro. It's not that bad. It is not that bad. Yeah, it's just, you know, the symbiote stuff, I feel like that was a little rushed. Kind of wish that had like its own dedicated game to it, because there was a lot of stuff they were doing in this one. And so, yeah, I mean, just yeah, again, I'm not going to go too in depth with these just because I already have a video on them. But Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite platinums of that year. I wouldn't say the best, but one of my favorites. And then we get to little old Arkham Origins, man. This one. This one right here, bro. This is something else. So obviously, 2013, that's when I got it. Played through the story in 2013. Had an amazing time. One of my favorite stories in the Arkham games. To me, this is still my favorite out of the whole Arkham quadrilogy. Just fantastic story, fantastic writing. I mean, combat and stuff, yeah, it's pretty much the exact same as Arkham City, but I mean, I can't complain about that personally. And so yeah, I got only like the story, I think it was only 12 trophies, if I remember, 12 or 11 trophies in 2013. And so when I had the idea to 100% platinum all the Arkham games, I knew Arkham Origins was one I needed to try and knock out early on, because the multiplayer, I found out the multiplayer was still working. It's just trying to get people to play the multiplayer, which was a real pain. And see, this is the funny thing. I almost did not make this video because if I didn't have the multiplayer stuff, I was like, there's really no points in making a video on it. Because again, at the time, I was only in like my retrospective Duffy. I wasn't really thinking about trophy hunting. So I didn't record everything I was doing in multiplayer. But luckily I recorded most of what I was doing. Like I had popped, I think all the important trophies I was able to capture on video, which is really all that matters, right? So yeah, once I found out I did this in January of 2013. And so once I was getting into the trophy hunting stuff, I just kind of went through all my footage to see if I had any trophies from this. And luckily I had a few of them. And so I'm like, yeah, let's just do this. Let's get through the story and or the rest of the trophy list and let's do it. So that's what I did. In September of 2023, funny story. Before I started this, my PS3 just decided to like not work anymore. It wouldn't take any of my discs, and there was just a whole mess with that. So I eventually got another PS3 at some point, and this was the first game I played on that new PS3. And yeah, just kind of went through the story again, knocked out any of the miscellaneous trophies that I needed to take care of, and then of course do the challenges. Yeah, like collectibles, I had to do that for Riddler, of course. Challenge maps. This one just kind of drags out a little too much in my opinion. That's the one bad thing I will say about it, because there's a lot of challenges. You have the normal challenges, and then you have the Predator challenge. Oh no, that's all combined in one. So you have the normal challenges, and then you have the campaigns, which kind of tie like 3 challenges together, and then you have custom challenges where you can apply certain modifiers to like just whatever challenge you're doing, and then like training challenge maps. So there's way too many challenges in my opinion. And then one was bugged, which really derailed my progress a little bit, so I had to do a whole another playthrough for that, which was a little annoying. But yeah, this was definitely my proudest platinum out of the Arkham game, one of them at least, just because of that multiplayer. I think this is the one that has the lowest completion rate solely because of that multiplayer, because it was working decently fine when I played it in January of 2023. You know, we were able to find a good boosting group. But yeah, just over time, I think when I did make the video, the multiplayer I really need to check, because I know a lot of people were commenting like, oh, does it still work? Does it still work? And it's like, I haven't checked, so I don't know. And then of course I did the DLC for this. I never played them, and so that was really fun, just kind of experimenting with DLC in a video. And then Arkham Origins Blackgate sucked. Just I did not have fun with this game at all. But I'm on a mission. I'm trying to platinum all these Arkham games, and I'm just like, we're just gonna do it. But yeah, I did not have fun with that at all. So yeah, we're gonna just quickly move past that one. Don't want to linger on it. Destroy All Humans, a fun one to do. I played these as a kid. Well, I played this one as a kid, but only like a little bit as a kid. I never got too far into these games. I only made it like the first 2 levels, I think. And so, yeah, it was just really fun getting to play this. As I was a little older, I got this one and Destroy All Humans 2 back in 2017. I think they were on sale for like less than $5 each, so I bought them both. But yeah, it was fun experiencing this one again, a little older, and just being able to just kind of sit down. This was in December, so this was before Christmas break. When I think I got this before we went out for Christmas break. And yeah, this was actually during Christmas break a little bit. But yeah, this was an interesting one. This was fun. This was really fun to do. It just took me back to a different era of gaming. Like PS2 and 3, or the original Xbox days, I didn't play too many of those games. At least I never got too far in many of them. So it's just always fun getting to like have an opportunity to play them and just look at it through different eyes now that I'm a bit older. You know, I'm looking at them like through kids' glasses, so I view them a bit differently from like when I was a kid. But that probably didn't make any sense. But yeah, it's just fun experiencing this when I'm a little older. Then next, I got a bunch of games for Christmas, just trying stuff out. Arkham Knight, that was the last game in the Arkham series that I needed to platinum. I had the majority of this trophy list done because, as I said in my Gotham Knights video, this came out during like the peak of summer vacation. I was in that transition from middle school to high school, and we just moved too. So yeah, I remember just getting my dad getting this for me and just playing that non-stop for a little while. I played this pretty much until July, probably beginning of August too. Yeah, no, just July. So yeah, just like Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, I just kind of went back, did all the miscellaneous things that I didn't do the first time around. This was another game I definitely could have 100%ed back in 2015, but it was those damn Riddler trophies that just held me back. I wasn't into collecting the Riddler stuff at the time, and this one just had so many. So I did not do it at all. I don't even know how many are in this game off the top of my head. I feel like compared to Arkham City, I don't think there's that many, but they are pretty challenging to find in Arkham Knight, just because now you have the Batmobile and everything. And yeah, so once I finished that, was able to see the true ending after like 8 years. And then of course do all the challenges, which weren't that bad this time around. I don't think I had to do all of them either. I just had to do a select few. So that was not too bad. And then yeah, just complete the game with New Game Plus, and I claimed my final platinum for the Arkham series. And so I actually do plan on covering them for the channel soon. I know I only have Arkham Origins and Arkham Origins Blackgate, but I actually bought them again on Xbox. This is probably going to be one of those, oh, I already platinumed it, so we're just going to get the 100% on Xbox. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, but that's what we're going to do for that. And then we get to Gotham Knights, kicking off the year with an interesting one. I know a lot of people don't like Gotham Knights. I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. Pretty fun. Again, my life was just pretty routine at the time, and this was kind of one of those routine games, so it kind of just fit at the right time for me. And yeah, this was this was fun. I had a fun time getting the platinum for that. And then we get to Lego Movie video game. This was, again, I was trying to just 100% I was trying to 100% the Lego games I wasn't particularly that interested in. Now, I love the Lego Movie. I love it a lot. Probably one of my favorite animated movies. But I played the game back in 2015, and it was alright. I wasn't into Lego games as much at the time. So this one, I just kind of played through the story. This is another one of those games I could have 100% at the time as well, but I just played through the story and just did a few extra things, and that was pretty much it. I think I traded it in soon after, and then I picked it up again in 2024, so this year, obviously, and just did 100%. It's an okay Lego game. It's alright. Yeah, it was just an okay Lego game. And then we get to Suicide Squad, pretty divisive game of 2024. Some would even claim it as the worst, which I won't argue with, to be honest. I mean, for what it was, I had a fun time. I enjoyed my time with it. It was fun getting the platinum, or actually, let me retract that. Story was interesting to play through. I really enjoyed the combat and traversal in this game. If it was just that though, like in a single player package, I probably, and a lot of people I think, would have been more accepting of it. But it's just those that live service thing that really holds this game back a lot. And so, I mean, yeah, I bulldozed through this game in like a week, and yeah, I got that platinum. Didn't look back. You know, they kept introducing stuff, like they have the Joker and then Miss Freeze, Deadshot's daughter, and they just introduced Deathstroke. But other than Deathstroke, nothing really enticed me to get back in. So yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable at the time, but yeah, looking back on it, it was alright. It was an okay game. And then we get Destroy All Humans 2, the original version. Much better than the first one, but see, I played this like sporadically. Like I started this, I think a day after I platinumed the first Destroy All Humans, the first Destroy All Humans. And then I played a little bit more in January, very sporadically. I did not get around to it again until like February when I eventually platinumed it. So I played this over like 3 months. And so my thoughts on it were very like sporadic at the time, just because I played it for so long. And so I think at the time I just wasn't really sure how to feel about that. But once I got to Reprobed, my mind kind of changed, but I'll get to that later. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, heavily underrated game of 2024. I wish more people had played this. It's really good. One of my favorite games to come out in 2024. Really easy trophy list too. You know, you're just kind of playing through the story, exploring the world. Like this game just implores you to just explore everything. And for Metroidvania, I feel like that's just like a pivotal piece to it from what I know. It's exploring. And so yeah, this game just encourages you to do that. The platinum encourages you to do that. And yeah, criminally underrated game. I wish more people give it a shot. And then Dark Forces Remastered, very simple. I won't spend too long here. Very simple platinum. Just play through the story, do a few miscellaneous things, collect some things. Really easy. You could easily knock this out in like a day. I spent maybe a week or so, a little more than a week, just because I was playing other stuff. But you can easily knock this out in like a couple of days, easy. Lego Ninjago movie. So I was not a Ninjago kid. Growing up, I had a few sets, but I just was never into, like I never watched the cartoons, I never watched the movie until I played this game. This game surprised me. This Lego game surprised me. It's not like, because I just wasn't the biggest fan of the Lego movie video game, so I didn't really have high expectations for this either, so I wanted to knock this one out as well. But this one really surprised me. First of all, it has like a really in-depth combat system for a Lego game, which I was not expecting. And I mean, it does something really different than other like TT Lego games. I think this one was TT Fusion. I know there's like 2 different TTs now, but yeah, this one just kind of changes up the formula a little bit, which is just really nice. Yeah, and I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was. All right, and then we get to the Destroy All Humans remake. And first of all, easy platinum. Easy one to get through. Like I knocked out probably 10 or 12 trophies of this in like 30 minutes. That's how easy this was. I was able to knock out most of this in like a few days. And literally an hour before I would have gotten the platinum, my game crashed. And see, I had so many crashes throughout the game that it was just kind of like routine at that point. But this one completely erased my save file. And dude, I was fucking pissed, dude, for like it was the worst. It sucked, because I was this close to getting that platinum, and I had to do everything over again. And so yeah, this one, yeah, this just was not the greatest. It just happened at the worst time. Lego Jurassic World, I was playing this one just because, again, I was trying to knock out all the Lego games where the IPs weren't interesting, or I just remember the game not being that interesting to me. And so Lego Jurassic World, I wasn't really into the whole Jurassic stuff at the time. I like Jurassic Park. Jurassic World and Beyond, I feel like it's a little overrated, in my opinion. Now, if you love those movies, good for you. I'm happy you like them. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but yeah, I mean, I ended up enjoying this a lot more than I thought I was going to. So yeah, this was fun to get through. And then had a weird moment in my life with April. I don't want to get too much into that, but yeah, we're getting to the May the 4th stuff. So I picked this up, episode 1 Racer, end of March, and I played it, got like 10 trophies in like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. And it was really easy to knock out. Just had to play the races, get in first place, and just do all that. So this was an easy one. I knocked this out in like 2 sittings, to be honest. Well, this one's a little more spread out, but I could have knocked this out in 2 sittings easily. Battlefront Classic Collection, looking back on it, I'm not the biggest fan of how like the trophies and stuff were in this game, just because they're all like just getting like leveling up the characters, the classes and stuff. And it's like, looking back on it, it's just not really that interesting to think about. But it was another May the 4th video. Battlefront Classic Collection, another divisive game to come out this year. I had fun with it for what it was. But yeah, the trophies, just looking back on them, not super interesting. Like, I'm kind of glad that was one game I covered in like a collection of video or games, I guess. Hellblade came back to platinum this before the second one came out. Played all of this back in 2020, 2021. Again, this one was like just playing the story. So literally the only thing, and I feel like this is the case for a lot of people, collectibles, collect all the lore stones. That was it. That was the last thing I had to do. So I just figured, I came back, I played through the whole game again, and yeah, I just did that. This is either a few days or it was sometime before the second one came out, which I actually need to finish. I started it, but never got too far in it. Destroy All Humans 2 reprobed, way better than the first remake, improved on so much from the Destroy All Humans 2 remake. This was an unexpectedly fun. I mean, all platinum should be fun, but compared to like the first remake, this one was a lot more fun than that one than I was really going in expecting. So a true surprise of 2024, easily. Then Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, just came back to finish that. I got most of the trophies in 2015. Yep, 2015 for playing the story, and then just a bunch of other stuff. So I just had to come back and finish things up here. Same for Deadpool. I played this in 2016. I think it came out in like 2015 for PS4 and Xbox One. So yeah, just coming back, finishing it up. This one was okay. Okay game. I mean, the game was okay. This was for the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff. Wolverine was a lot better. Or I shouldn't say a lot better. It was just, I don't know how to explain, because I had always known people like this game a lot, at least compared to the movie. But I only played like a demo of this when I was a kid. I played the demo a lot. I watched my cousins play it. But I picked this up in 2022 and just did like the first couple missions. But it wasn't until this year when I really got into it, you know, in order to get that Deadpool and Wolverine video out. And another fun one that I was a little surprised by. Again, I don't know why I was surprised by it, but I had a lot more fun getting the platinum for this one than I thought I would. The only annoying ones were, where is it? It's like trying to level up your stats. Yeah, like combat reflexes, trying to level those up. So I had to kill like a ton of enemies, and then beating the game on hard. Again, just you don't have anything, so I was a little annoying. But overall, really fun time, fun platinum to get through. Clone Wars, really easy. Again, you're just playing through the story, completing bonus objectives and all that. This is one of those videos where I kind of wish I didn't dedicate a video just to it. I kind of wish I had combined like how my May the 4th video was, because I do want to do another one next year. So I kind of wish I had saved this for that, but it was an easy platinum to knock out. I picked up Saints Row the Third again, because again, I didn't recover like a trophy video for it. For the remaster, I only did the retrospective. I'm pretty sure I have like footage of me getting the trophies, but probably not all of them. So I figured I would just do it again on the PS3, because I only had 2 of them unlocked at the time. And then everything else, I mean, it was just made for a better video. So I picked it back up in 2023 is when I got this, because that's when I was doing the retrospectives. And then 2024, July of 2024, I was in it. I was getting back into it, doing everything again. This was my second time getting the platinum, so I knew what to do. Didn't do it faster because, again, there's a trophy where you have to complete everything in or you have to play for at least 30 hours. And I think I spent probably just a little bit over 30 hours in this. I knew what I was doing this time around, so it was a little easier to get through. And then for this one, I did do all the DLC. This one just hasn't updated yet, but I did do this one. Then we get the Bounty Hunter. Interesting. This one's weird because you don't get the pictures for some reason. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with this one, but interesting game to revisit. There was trophies in the original like PS2 port to the PS4, but this one, that one didn't have a platinum and this one did. So that was really the only reason I got this, was because of the platinum for this Bounty Hunter. I mean, yeah, this was fine. It's just the bounties, dude. The bounties really, like, capturing every bounty was just really frustrating to do. That's like the main thing. It was just that trophy. Then of course, my favorite platinum of 2024, Catherine Full Body. Just an unexpected surprise. A really great time, at least for the most part. There's quite a few grindy trophies in this, but it was just a really fun experience. Taught me a lot about trophy hunting, about myself. It was kind of weird to think about, but yeah. Catherine Full Body, I just put a video out about that, which I highly recommend. Probably one of my favorite videos I've done for the channel. Just a really fun thing, really fun game to get through. That experience is something I'll probably never forget. One of my most anticipated games of 2024, Star Wars Outlaws. Again, another divisive one. I loved Outlaws a lot. You know, I was kind of down a little bit when it came out because I saw all the negative, I shouldn't even say negative, but just not so great reviews. And then of course the word of mouth. I feel like just anything Star Wars, a lot of people are just going to be really negative about it nowadays. But this one, I didn't let that get to me in the beginning when I first got it. You know, after I played it for a little bit, it was, but once I really got into the groove of everything, I was really enjoying my time with Outlaws. Kay Bess, her story in this was really good. It's set during a really interesting time in like Star Wars, like a Star Wars era. Combat was okay. Like the actual like shooting parts of it were really good, but it's just the stealth. That one was a little bit of a letdown. It's because I just wasn't expecting it as much, and it just wasn't as fleshed out as I think they thought it was. But yeah, this was a fun one to get through, except for that bug trophy. That one kind of set me back for a few days. I know it set some people back a lot longer than that. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with Outlaws a lot this year. And then of course we get the Astrobot, the big boy of 2024, I would say. Really fun. I mean, check out my video on it. Like, I don't want to go too far into them, but just a really fun platinum. Just a fun ass video game to get through as well. Like, I'm so glad it got the Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Just a fantastic game. Couldn't recommend it enough. Vampire Survivors, I actually did not cover this for the channel. I just don't know how, because the gameplay loop of Vampire Survivors is really simple. Like, I'm putting some footage up right now, but yeah, like there's not really much to it that will make a traditional trophy hunting video interesting, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to cover this, because I really want to. Vampire Survivors is probably one of my favorite games to come out in the last few years. And see, this just hit PS4 this past August, but it's been around for a while. It's been around on, like, I first played it on my phone. That's how I first played it. I have it on Steam. It's on Xbox. I convinced my dad to get it. He loves it too. And so, yeah, like Vampire Survivors is such a great game. A lot of trophies. This one has, I think, 221 trophies to unlock. Lots of DLC, but only like a few of them you have to really buy. Everything else is just kind of a part of the game, which is nice. But yeah, Vampire Survivors, I couldn't recommend any, like, this is just a really good game as well. Really cheap. It's only $5. So if you want a good cheap game, an easy-ish platinum to get through, Vampire Survivors is the way to go. Alien Isolation, another, I don't want to say surprise, but it just kind of got me out of my comfort zone, because yeah, horror games, not really my thing. It's hard to get me into a horror game, to be honest. But yeah, put in the Alien universe, which I'm still like I would say a casual fan of. But I heard nothing but good things about this game. And so I figured 10-year anniversary was coming up. I just saw Alien Romulus, which I really enjoyed. Be a fun game to play on the channel, and it was. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed making that video as well. I wish I had gotten my face like a webcam in for that one so you could see my reactions. I just wasn't sure how my scenario was going to be, because for most of these games I played through remote play, which I guess I can show off now. I got a Portal this year. Yeah, got a Portal. And so yeah, this was one game. A lot of these games I played at least this year through the Portal or with the backbone on my phone. But Alien Isolation, I was lucky enough to play all in my room with a headset, which is nice. Alan Wake 2, another fantastic video game from 2023 that I would recommend a lot. Started this in 2023, a few days after I finished Alan Wake 1 Remastered, and just a phenomenal game. There's 67 trophies in this, but a lot of them really will come naturally from just kind of, again, playing the story, doing things as you're exploring. So like really the only times you have to go out of your way is for like collectibles as usual. Now it's really, if you ever, like if someone were to ever pick this up now, it's probably the best time to do it, because in the beginning there was no chapter select. So if you wanted the collectible, because I know one of them was bugged at the time when I played them. And so yeah, if it's like there was no level, so if you missed it at the time, it was a missable trophy. And yeah, I'm kind of glad they added like a chapter select. I never used it, but it was just nice to have. I can go on and on about Alan Wake 2. Such a great game with great DLC also. I knew I wanted to get the DLC in that video as well. And so yeah, Alien Isolation is actually the last like platinum I got. Like main platinum that I started this year. Everything else now is just gonna be games that I started a long time ago. And I'm not gonna get too deep into these because I have a video planned for them. But yeah, like I was just doing some cleanup these last couple months. I didn't wanna, let's see, after Catherine, I knew I didn't want to do another big video. So that's when I decided to just focus on cleaning up some of my trophy list and just getting platinums in games that I started a long time ago. So Detroit was the first one I did. Lego Marvel Superheroes, Mad Max, Maquette, Returnal, Until Dawn. So yeah, those, I'm just kind of doing like a cleanup thing right now. Elden Ring, honestly, is probably going to be the last platinum I get this year. I've been playing this a bit recently, and I only have 9 trophies, 8 technically. Yeah, I have like 8 trophies before I get the platinum. So yeah, that's probably going to be the last platinum I get for 2024. I just gotta find time to get around to it. But yeah, that is my profile. That's all the platinums I have on my account. A longer video than I was really expecting, but hey man, I love games. I love talking about games, and I just figured this would be the best time to just go over my list of games that I have platinum and just go over the ones that I just never got around to on the channel. And I mean, yeah, this was fun. It was fun just looking back. I mean, yeah, dude, this is probably the last video that comes out in 2024. So this was a great year. If you're even still, I know this is a long one, so if you're still here watching, I'm beyond grateful. I mean, yeah, just thank you for being here. 2024 was a wild year for me. A lot going on in 2024, but I made it all work. Put out content I'm happy with, and yeah, dude, I couldn't be more grateful for you guys who are still here. So just thank you, and I'll see you guys next year.